All right, today is October 25th. We have exactly 1 week left of the month, and we have lots of people on the board having locked in Success Club and for sure with points so far this month. So, for anyone that's new, anytime that you help a brand new customer get set up with a total solution pack or something like Shakeology, something that like equals a certain amount, like Shakeology or Recover and Energize on Home Direct. That gets you 2 Success Club points. Should always be your goal to help at least 3 people in the month. When you do that, help 3 people with one of those things, you will reach Success Club, which means that you will have earned at least about $150 enough to cover the cost of your own product. Also represents that you're moving your business forward, helping people, and there's lots of cool incentives and rewards from Beachbody, like getting to be in a test group for a brand new program or try a new nutritional product. In fact, the most recent group of success starters, we have a bunch of coaches on our team that are in the brand new Job One test group that just started today. So that's super exciting for them. So that means that they hit Success Club 3 out of their first 6 months that they signed up as a coach. All right, so having locked in Success Club 10, leading our team this month so far is Laura Simon at 12 points, and Erica, Angela, and Jessica also at Success Club 10 with 10 points. And congrats to Nicole, Kristen, Brooke, Denise, and Leah for also having locked in Success Club 5, and they're all at 6 points. We have 3 Emerald coaches we want to recognize on our team this week. Congratulations to Becca. Nicole, I accidentally deleted your name last week. Christina did not forget to add you. I just deleted you on accident. So belated congratulations. And Casey. And Erica Odell is in week 5 of 6 in her VIP diamond hold. Congratulations. So next week will be 6. Is that right? Next Thursday. That's so exciting. And Angela and Team Impact Nation is halfway through their 2-star diamond qualification. She's there in week 3, which means that in 3 more weeks, their team will officially become a 2-star diamond team, and Angela will get to open up a second business center, which basically allows you to start triple dipping on your own Success Club points and earn even more income, which is really exciting. And then again, just want to shout out the success starters for the month of from the month of September, I believe. Denise and Stephanie, and I believe that Stephanie Rivera will be an official success starter after this month, as soon as she locks in Success Club. All right, let me share. Tonight we are going to review a new coach social media guide that I believe many of you have. We use it in our new coach training some in this past year and definitely this summer, and revamped it with some things to help you help your new coaches get started quickly, get more comfortable sharing on social media. And also, not just for new coaches, you can apply any of this stuff to your business at any time. Anytime you're like, my brain is just not feeling really creative, or I really feel like I need a plan to help me stay on track, this guide is here to help you. And so we will share the link in the chat, at least by the end of the call. So social media is really important, especially in 2021. It is your storefront. It's how you're going to build credibility and trust and let people know that you can help them solve a problem in their life. You're not here to just sell Beachbody to people. You're not here hired by Beachbody to sell their products. You're here to inspire people and help them make a change in their life and build your own business, all right? So every post that you make on social media, aim for it to either educate, entertain, or inspire. And there's so much room in all three of those categories for you to really show up and be yourself and feel like you're being authentic and sharing your own life. So, a lot of times we think when starting something new, the thought pops up in our head is like, oh, I'm not going to be good at this. And yes, that is true. If you have not been regularly posting on social media, you are not going to be good at it at first, and that is totally okay. Be willing to suck at something in order to get better at it. So just embrace the feeling of, oh, this feels uncomfortable, or I don't know if this is right. It doesn't matter. Just post, because the only way for you to get more comfortable and get better at social media is to do it more. Especially if you're a new coach who's trying to get more comfortable, trying to put yourself out there and develop some consistency, because that is what is required for you to have success in this business. Aim to make at least what we call 5 what we call B- posts a week. Like if you were grading your social media posts, do not aim for A or A plus, because you're living a busy life. And also, social media is so stinking casual that no one is ever going to read every single word that you write. So if you would rate it as a B-, that is good enough. When you're striving for A+ quality work, you tend to overthink and not take as much action. Totally guilty here. So a grade of B- is perfect for your social media content. So here's an example. I'm going to go briefly go through, I think it's 6 different examples of how, if you're a brand new coach, you could start sharing on social media so that people are interested in what you're doing before you kind of announce an invite. So kind of help you get people's attention. So the first post being an inspirational quote or a message. Think about what you're really excited about to help people with in their life. And this could either be really similar to your upline, which wouldn't be unlikely, because your upline was probably sharing this message, which is why you were drawn to joining them. Or this could be completely unique to you. If it's confidence, if you're like, I want to help people feel more confident in their life, then search confidence quotes on Pinterest. I think searching for quotes on Pinterest is even better than Google, just like better quality stuff. And then share one that you like. Either you can screenshot it or download the image and share about it on Facebook and Instagram, along with a sentence or two about what it means to you. And then at the end, ask your audience if that resonates with them too. So on this document, we give a couple of different examples from other coaches on our team. So here's an example from Raquel. This was, I don't know if she created this graphic or if she just found it on the internet, and then one sentence on there. It's great. Same thing with this example here from Shauna. And then your second post, after your workout, take a selfie and write how you felt before. So you're going to want to pay attention to this before you start your workout. I'm about to start my workout. How do I feel? And be honest about it. You're tired, grumpy, stressed about the day, wish you could go back to bed, whatever it is. And then pay attention to how you feel during and after your workout. And then write a quick little story about that. Before my workout, I felt like this, and then I did my workout, and now I feel like this. But instead of saying the words I, swap them, saying the words I or me, swap them with the words you, and then just make sure it makes grammatical sense. Because when you say the word you, type out Y-O-U, it automatically gets more people's attention, because the social media user is inherently, we're just like selfish. I want to know what's in it for me. And when you say the word you, I'm automatically more likely to pay attention. So here's some great examples from Kate and Erica and Alessandra. And then your third post, a mindset shift. Share about one that you've been working on, or maybe a mindset shift that you've made in the last month or just in the last day. Post it as a quote or a picture and give a very brief story of what it means to you, and and then end it by asking if it's something that your audience can relate to also. It's a great tool to get some more engagement on your post and help more people see it and make people feel like they're more connected to you, is to ask them a question at the end. And so here's some examples from Julie and Laura and Crystal. And then you can also post a healthy recipe. This can be one that's maybe in the meal plan that's shared in your current challenge group, or one that you find on the Beachbody website. You can take a picture with you and your food, or just the picture of the food itself. Share how you made it and what type of person might like it and why. We'll give you some more photo tips here in a minute, but food can be really tricky. It can either look really gross in photos, or you can make it look really appealing. So if you are like a Sunday meal prepper, take some pictures during the afternoon of your food because it looks good, or at lunch during the week. Food looks really great in natural light. And on a light colored plate, if you can find one. That's literally why I have these white plate bowls that I got at like TJ Maxx, and one of them was shipped for like $5, really just so that my food pictures would look better. And so you have permission to just go ahead and post the recipe. You don't even have to say, hey, send me a message if you want the recipe. You can just post it there and expect nothing in return. You're just giving people free value. And then post number 5, the post-workout feels. That workout feels post, again, you're repeating the same thing from day 2. And then post number 6, you've been sharing value all week. People are like, wow, look at what Genevieve is doing. That is so cool. They're interested. And that is when you get to announce that you're a coach. You want to share a picture of you. If you have a side-by-side transformation photo already, use that. I was a customer first for 14 months before I became a coach, so I had something to share. Maybe you don't, and that's totally okay, but you definitely want it to be a picture of you. And then the first paragraph, share why you're so excited to become a coach. The second paragraph, share what made you want to become a coach. And in the third paragraph, let other people know what's in it for them, with what we call a call to action. Anytime you see the word CTA at the end, makes it easy with a call to action to make it easy for your reader to let you know that they are interested. So something like drop a heart emoji below, or comment below, send me a message, send me a DM for more info. Something like that works best, so that it's easy for them to know, oh, I want more info, or I want to do this. Here's how I can contact them. All right, next one. Is this Raquel or Jess?
It's me. Hello, friends. Okay, so what you saw there is kind of an example of how to come out of the gates. And this is something that we stole from leadership. This is just called a 21-day posting plan, but really what it is a 7-day loop that you repeat over and over and over until your wheels fall off and you stop overthinking. Because the biggest thing is, Raquel and I were talking about this before we jumped on this call. What we used to do in 2015 versus like, how has it changed? What do we feel like has made it harder and more paralyzing? Is there's just so many more options. There's reels, there's posts, there's getting on stories, and all of that can make you go crazy because every day it's changing. It's like, okay, if you're not posting reels, your content doesn't matter. Nobody's seeing it. So then it makes you feel like, well, shoot, my static post of my recipe sucks. I might as well not post anything. I know I have fallen into that rabbit hole. Or you think, I don't have time to make a reel, so I'm just not going to post anything. All of your posts are creating your storefront, especially if you are newer. If you are within your first year of coaching, you need static posts so much because people need to be able to see the storefront that you have. I need to be able to go to your page and see transformation after transformation because you are just changing from the outside in, and I need to be able to see that. I need to be able to see what you've changed and how you've made it easy, and I need to see the personal personal development journey that you're going on? And what is this team that you speak of? I need to be able to go back and see that in concrete form through static posts, whether that's on your Facebook or your Instagram or your highlights. You can jazz it up as much as you want, but the bottom line is you have to be consistently putting content out there. Stories are fantastic. Maybe they're dead, maybe they're not. Who knows? Zuckerberg changes mine next week. I'm sorry, didn't mean to say that. Please don't block me. I swear he hears me talking. But the truth of the matter is social media is going to be evolving forever. It is what it is. It's turning into a wild little beast and it's just going crazy. But the fact of the matter is, we have a free space online to build a business. And you're either doing it or you're not. That's the only thing you can look at. Make it very, very black and white. Don't overthink it. Don't get overwhelmed. If you feel like you love making reels and it doesn't take you much time, go on with your bad self. But above all, you've got to get something up. So this makes it no thinking. Literally, day one, post your fitness journey. Day two, behind the scenes, an example of what you're doing, your life outside of coaching and outside of health and fitness, so people know who you are and what kind of person, what kind of things that you like, are so they can connect with you. Are you that person who loves to go get pumpkin spice latte at Target or at Starbucks and roam the aisles of Target? Is that who you are? Post about it, because I bet you there's 400 billion other women who are like that too. Maybe you're somebody who is the opposite of that. Post about it, because there's other women who can connect with that. Day three, a workout space. People are interested in what you're doing. Are you working out in your garage? Are you working out outside? Are you working out in your bedroom, in your bathroom? There's all kind of creative things, and people just want to see what you're doing. It doesn't have to be this beautiful, fabulous thing. Like, don't do something, cruddy, and we'll talk about pictures in a minute, but people want to see what you're doing. And that's something that's really simple that you can share, because they can look at that and say, yes, I can do that too. I worked out in my living room for 6 years. And it's always changed. My space has always changed depending on how loud I was. Where is there a sleeping child? Maybe I'm working on my lunch break. That's where I worked out the first 2 years of my business, was at work on my lunch break. I worked out and did this. So show what you're doing and how you're getting in. Are you taking it to the gym? Are you Genevieve and you're going to roll up in your RV and you're going to be doing it in there? Whatever your space is, she's excited. Do it and embrace it and show it. Share your personal growth. Share what you're reading. Like Rachel said, Google and Pinterest the quotes and the motivation and reshare that. You don't have to be creating content. You can reshare content that you're loving. A great quote from Mel Robbins. Take the quote, make sure you put Mel Robbins' name on it, that she said the quote, put it on a Canva pic, post it up, boom, there you go. Do that once a week, every single week. Post about something outside. Be adventurous. Being outside and in nature is the best medicine, especially now. We are so inundated with so much visual stimulus. We are inundated with so much news and media. Show people what it means to get outside, whether it's going to play with your kids, going to take your dogs on a walk. Show that. Get outside, and it gives you a reason to be outside. Even if it's just to get content, you will benefit for it. What do you do for fun? Post that on Saturday. Day 7, post about your coaching journey. To post about the fact that you're on this team call. Talk about what you're doing. Post about the new coach training that you're going through. Talk about what experiences, where, maybe you're coming in as a client with a great transformation and now you're ready to coach. Talk about how you're feeling. Just be who you are in the space that you're in and don't overthink it. We have got examples for days. If you need examples on what's a fitness journey post or what's a behind the scenes post, we have examples for days, but the truth of the matter is, the less that you look at what other people are doing, the more that you can be authentic and creative to yourself. So I don't recommend going down the rabbit hole of examples, because that kind of brings out the green comparison monster. And then you go down that whole rabbit hole of, well, I can't post like that person and this person and yada, 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 yada. Be who you are, where you are, and just let it ride. You're going to see some post examples, which I'm sure you've seen before, that are from circa 2015. They're not the greatest, but you know what? They were consistent and they were excited and they worked in the season that they were in. And that is what matters. So this is a posting loop. It breaks it apart for you. It gives you literally week 1, week 2, week 3 repeats, so that you as a new coach are building your social media storefront to end at the end of that 21 days with an invitation for clients to then join you. So if you feel like I don't have credibility online, you're behind the scenes doing your warm market people, your friends, your coworkers, your family, you're inviting those people to your first challenge group. But this sets you up to invite your first set set of newbie clients that are not your warm market, that maybe haven't seen you or talked to you in decades, but they're like, this girl is serious about whatever she's doing, and she posts her transformation every freaking week and it's working. I want whatever she's doing. That's what you're creating. But if you post twice in 21 days, you don't have the credibility to then go and make an ask on social media to say, hey, look at my transformation, come do what I've done. Build that credibility and build that storefront. Okay, moving on to some other kind of just helpful tips to get you rocking and rolling. Okay, so with your photos, lighting is the most important thing because you want to have a good, crisp photo. If you can do it in natural outdoor light, that is awesome. If you're using a ring light, nothing drives me more crazy than when I can see the ring light in your eyeballs. Okay, just move it around, because I cannot stand when I see influencers post their eyeballs. I don't know why, it drives me bananas. If you can use window lighting, standing in front of natural light, that's going to give you the most natural, most crisp picture. Over filtered pictures are not doing anybody any favors. However, so if you see here, here's a picture literally standing in my kitchen. I'm facing the camera towards the natural light. You can put it up on a timer, you can hold it, whatever it is that you're doing, and then just take the picture or the video or the story, whatever you're doing, facing that good natural light. You can use your ring light, just be careful that it doesn't look like you've got your ring raccoon eyes. Other than that, it makes a beautiful artificial light that can kind of crisp up your reel or your photos or your stories, especially if you're doing it, I know Raquel uses her ring light upstairs because it's early in the morning and it's dark in that room. Use that to brighten it up whenever you need it. But use props. So we all have probably some form of skill now when it comes to set your phone up on whatever you can find. Okay, a tree branch, a loaf of bread, a can of beans. Okay, you don't need to be fancy, but there are wonderful, very inexpensive, I wish I had them, they're in the garage, little tripod stands. Here's an example. Yeah, Jen's got a great example there. Here's like a little tripod stand too. Literally Amazon, you can find them for $10, $12, and they work great for using a timer, but I will tell you 99.93% of the time, I'm propping it up on whatever's in front of me. Okay, the bumper, whatever I'm using. Okay, so it's okay to prop it up wherever, and then use the timer on your phone. You can use apps and filters and presets to help make your photos just more cohesive, but don't over edit your photos, because you never want to meet somebody in real life and they don't recognize you because you just filtered yourself away. So just be careful with your photos and your presets. You still want to be a real human being, but you can look on Etsy for presets that are very inexpensive. You download them right to your phone. It's very user-friendly. If I can figure it out, anybody on the planet can, but it kind of helps you kind of find, okay, what do I like? What do I feel like I like to see in my feed? Let me find something that's similar to that. I'm going to use that preset. And then every time I take a photo, boom, I can apply that preset and it's away you go. You don't kind of have to overthink it. But there's lots of options. If you have questions, let us know. And then this, Raquel's taking over here to talk about.
All right. So I will be quick. We're coming up on 30 minutes. So I will go ahead and take one for the team and show you my embarrassing photos from the beginning when I had no idea what we're doing. So things we don't recommend. We really want to set you up for success, and we want to tell you what not to do to embarrass yourself. So this first photo right here is my very first post I ever made as a Beachbody coach. Bless my heart, I clearly had no idea what I was doing. It is a collage picture of just the products and my coach website link. All the things I would never recommend. It's so cringy. And yes, it's still out there on Facebook. So if you wanted to scroll back in 2015, that still lives on, because I like to look back and see how far I've come. On the second one, I think that one of the Success Club gifts or something was like the whole entire P90X bundles back in the day when we were just selling DVDs. Again, why I felt the need to pose with the boxes of them and P90X, I'm not really sure. Clearly I was excited, and enthusiasm goes a long way. So worst case scenario, be excited, because people want to join you when you're excited, but do not recommend posing right there with your products, because that completely turns people off to, okay, she's obviously trying to sell me something. And then of course we want to focus on creating curiosity, not resistance. Now, again, the photo up top, I have a box of Shakeology. I felt like I needed to put a purple border around it. It's not cute. Again, I'm just trying to sell you. Bless my little heart. Please don't let this be you. If it has been you, no worries. Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm showing you the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. But I don't recommend doing this. Now, if you look at on the bottom, do you see the difference between me posing with my Shakeology box and then me and Jen on my back porch where we clearly set up a staged, candid photo shoot with our smoothies? This got so much more traction. From everything of like, oh, I like those cute little mason jars, and what kind of a straw is that? And it opened conversations like, oh, what is it that you're drinking? So again, we want to generate curiosity and not resistance of like, here's a product, I'm trying to tell you something. Now, that's not to say you can't say Shakeology, right? Back in the day, then it was kind of like we went too far curiosity, and then people were like, I have no idea what you're doing, and that's weird too. So you can say Shakeology, but I wouldn't recommend putting your Shakeology bag, like you with your Shakeology bag. Pretty sure I posted a picture like that too. But make it look pretty. Like what is visually appealing to you? Again, like Jessica said, what do you like to look at? And kind of format your pictures like that. And then if you'll scroll down, let me show you one other thing on transformations, because I see this a lot. Posting transformations. First of all, I love when you guys have a ton of pictures from the front, from the side, from the back, for all the angles. It's awesome. But it can be too much. When you have a whole collage of like 4 different photos or 6 different photos, our eyes can't really focus on it. So when you're posting a transformation, I really only recommend you do 2. So if it's a front on, 2 front on. If side by side, 2 side by side. Again, I want to make sure that you know this. If I'm posed this way in my before, don't pose this way in my after. Even if that means you have to buy an app to flip the photo, make sure that you're in the same position in that before and after. And then same thing, we read left to right. So the before picture always goes on the left and the after always goes on the right. Like, let's just make it so simple so we know what the before is, we know what the after is, it pops eye-catching. Now, you don't have to be in the same exact outfit. If you can, love that. As we just talked about Jessica being kind of like the ring light police, how she hates the light in her eyes when she sees the ring light. Personally, I love a good transformation when you can be in the same outfit or something similar, because it's so obvious. So for instance, I don't even think this is the same shirt that Rachel has on in both pictures, but I love the fact that it's the same style and the same color, because it's very obvious the difference that she's in. Same thing here with our coach down here, Caitlin. She's not in the same outfit, obviously, but she's in the same position. So you can see. So if you're going to be standing, stand. If you're kneeling, kneel. But make sure that you are in that same position each time. So these are just some tips and tricks. If you have questions and you're not ever sure, please make sure to reach out to your coach, your upline, or any of the pods that you're in. We would love to help you not make the same mistakes that we've personally made. But hopefully that this was helpful. We want to simplify social media as much as possible and ultimately have fun with it. Because I know that when I have fun with social media, it feels better, it's easier, it's well received. When I'm stressing about, oh, I need to get a reel out and I need to make it perfect and all this stuff, guess what? It tanks every freaking time when my energy behind it is like stressed. And it's the ones where I'm like, all right, let me get something up. Here we go. Boop, and away we go. Oh, that sounds kind of fun. I really like that sound. And away we go. It does so much better. Okay. So ultimately, we want social media to be something that becomes easy, becomes second nature, and is fun and enjoyable in the process. And like Rachel started us out with, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Like for me to write a post doesn't take that long because I've been doing it for literally almost 7 years, right? In the beginning, it was time consuming and I had to really rack my brain of how I want to do it. Had I remembered the B-, that B- method has just saved my life because I'm a perfectionist. I want to make it perfect. And like Rachel said, no one's reading all your words. Although in my head, I try to think that everybody's reading every last paragraph I write, even though I know they're not. Just say B-. I'm going to get out there. I know that the person who's meant to read this will read it. I always tell myself, they may not read it today, they may not read it tomorrow, they might not even read it in a month, but one day they're gonna go down the rabbit hole of Raquel McAfee or Kristen McNair or Nicole or Matt, and they're going to binge all of your content. And every little thing you've been posting is a seed planted. Every time you post another thing, you're watering that seed, and eventually the right person's gonna fall on your content and be like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with Murphy Elliott and everything that she has to say. Okay, so just know that every time you post, you are just watering those seeds that are going to be sprouting. Okay.
On Saturday, we have our monthly marketing plan call. Erica is actually going to be hosting it this week. I'll create a Facebook event page for it tomorrow. This call is so helpful for you to get in the head of your ideal customer or your ideal coach. We go through and you're going to answer some questions about what your ideal person might be thinking. You're going to take time to write it down, get it on paper, do a brain dump, and come up with some helpful, what we call transformation statements, sentences that you can repeat over and over and over again throughout the month. And Erica was just telling me earlier that this call will be so helpful, especially as you head into these last 2 months of the year where you're going to hear more objections in these last 2 months than you probably will any other time of the year. If you're really talking to the pain points of your ideal customer, which you'll get really clear on when you go to this call on Saturday, that will become so much easier for you, and you can ultimately really help them. So be on the lookout for that. It will be recorded. And so take some time, if you can't make it live on Saturday morning for that call, take some time over the weekend to watch the recording of it. All right, anything else?
So Body Live preview is next week. We'll talk about that within the Team VIP page. So, but if you have questions about it, let us know. We posted this link in the chat group here. It'll also be updated on the guide section in Team VIP. So if you're looking for it later, or your newbies are looking for it, all the updated information is always posted in the guide section on the Team VIP page if you're ever looking for anything. Have the most amazing day. I almost said Sunday. I'm still not used to Monday calls. See everybody on the social. Bye, y'all.